In the shadow of the Word of Life mural that some call Touchdown Jesus, hands are outstretched and the mood is being set by this fantastic light show ahead of this showdown. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Cornhuskers will kick it away first. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Notre Dame's offense will get first crack at it here. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense, their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses a defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Carr. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella to the corner. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. He's starting to get in touch with his inner Joe Montana as the Irish are moving the ball up top.
And I think that's always the question with the Irish every year is who's going to play quarterback. We know their brand and we know who they are, but are they going to get ballers at that position? Are they going to get a great Ian Book, a great Brady Quinn? That's the next step. And if they find that guy, Notre Dame can do everything they want to do and be great in college football.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Here's the handoff. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. To the ground. He's got it again. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back looking for room. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Wants to throw, it's Carr. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Nebraska's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is, how is this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is, how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They boot it away on 4th down. Makes the catch at the 30. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
On the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. It won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Calls his own number. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The handoff as they run the counter play here. He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Punt is on its way. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Looking to pass. It's Calandria. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Barney. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years. Mike Rozier, Roger Craig, I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physical. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
Finds his man. It's Hunter. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
And the Huskers will have it 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. It's Calandria. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. On target to the left. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They tried to turn the corner on him, but the defense was ready, and they knock him down for a loss.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread.
Got some room, entered to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. It's complete to the left. There he goes! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. It'll be a draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Still in the pocket and fires over the middle. Makes a grab down the middle. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That is a beautiful throw. We were all talking coming into this game. We weren't sure if anyone was going to be able to complete a pass because of these conditions. And as a quarterback, when you're throwing in the snow, the ball's slick. Anyone running a route, it's hard to get in and out of breaks. But those two guys were on the same page right there, coming up with a huge play in the inclement weather.
Gonna run it. It's Love. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Love. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. He'll keep it on the sneak. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
The defense just can't seem to find a way to get off the field. That time, QB sneak for the first down. They need a turnover or something to try to generate some momentum.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. To the air, it's Carr. Pressure coming. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw in that blitz, they had no shot of blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. No chance to run, but still a good gain. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Absolutely perfect. That brings them to within 1.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Hand off from the shotgun. Breaks into the open. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give out of the gun. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get 1st downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. Slithers into space. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49.
Man, you're trying to get the ball to your running back in space, and a really good job tossing it on the perimeter. What do you need? You need to set the edge. You got to do a good job with your offensive line. And then you need perimeter blocking out wide to hold their own. Do a good job, hold their own. Nice positive gain, nice positive toss play.
Back to throw, it's Calandria. Gets it out fast. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
That's caught. It's Hunter. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. And that is no good. And guys, after the miss, the lead is still one. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of Touchdown Jesus.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Off play action on first down. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. On the ground with the counter. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Makes the catch. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Kick is in the air. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Just feeds the running back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Takes a handoff. It's lobbed. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass, it's Carr. He's got it. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you could just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play. Someone's got to break a tackle, make an incredible catch, and just give some life to this offense.
Whatever you can, whatever it takes. Don't worry about looking pretty. That's out the window. We've already looked really, really ugly. We got to find something that works to put some points on the board.
And the Huskers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. On the run, it's Nelson. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they've dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Cornhuskers line up to punt it away. And the returner will be dragged down. Here come the Irish back on offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Quarterback on the keeper. It's a fumble. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on third and short. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll run for it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play four-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. He'll keep it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Dropping back, it's Carr. Got it in the middle, it's Fields. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, they're running the curl route against zone coverage, so the quarterback knows he's going to have to put that one on his receiver, and you saw the velocity and the arm talent this guy has. That was a missile.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Barney. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. They try to pop a run on the draw. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Key. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Oh, they're after him. Oh, look out, the ball's free. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
Offense, you're thinking first down, get the 1st down on 3rd down. Man, you can't put the ball on the turf, but at least the ball went out of bounds. Now you got a decision to make what you want to do on 4th down. Could have been a turnover, could have been worse there.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is good. They push the lead to 4 here in the 4th.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the ring. Turning it on! They stay aggressive and push their way out through the 33, and it's 1st down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the air on first down. Finds his man in the middle.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
That last completion sets him up on second down. To the air. It's Carr. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Fields. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
From the gun, running back on the move. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Flanagan. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Trying to run it in. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Back has it. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Second and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss, and force a third down and goal situation.
This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with a GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on third and goal? Touchdown, Notre Dame! They move on top here in the 4th.
Well, I love the play call late in the 4th quarter. Now you're just trying to get athletes in space. They throw it to him just short of the end zone, and he does the rest. And because of it, his team now has the lead.
If he can make this one, the lead will be 3. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Scanning the field, it's Calandria. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be fourth down.
And I've seen some crazy things with wide receivers. Like, they want the football. They call for it just like he does here. He wants the football, but, man, you've got to make plays. And if you're going to be loud and you're going to be that guy, when the ball comes your way, you got to make plays on it, and he doesn't do it there.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it down the left side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He'll try to pop the draw. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And when you're an offensive lineman, you have to sell pass on a draw play. You got to set real quick, make it look like a pass, and then boom, I'm leaving that guy. I'm hitting that running back right behind him. Now I can get to the second level, and you can see when I do that, you make big gains like this, catch the defense off guard.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And, man, that was an almost opportunity for this defense. You thought he might could get the pick, but I like the way they drop back. They play the pass, they break on the football, and they make sure that the receiver can't make a play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Got the first down and more. Finally out of bounds at the 21-yard line after the big run.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. And he's hit and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Quarterback will keep it. Strong belief in this running game as he powers his way ahead and picks up 8. It's 4th and 1. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Well, that was a big play. They say games come down to just a handful of plays, and with a chance to tie the game here in the fourth quarter, they missed the opportunity, clanking that one off the post.
Down to a knee here. The defense still has a couple of timeouts if they want to use them.